What is up, everybody? It is Blind Metal Gamer here with you once again, and it is time for yet another totally random ramble, I guess you could call it. So, in this episode, we're going to be talking about the top 5 potential guest characters that we could see in Mortal Kombat 2. Now, keep in mind, before we get going with this, nothing has been confirmed, nothing has been revealed by NRS, so we don't know what they're working on yet. I'm just speculating on if it is Mortal Kombat 2 and we do get Mortal Kombat 2 next. I want to talk about the top 5 characters we could potentially see in the game. Now, I'm going to start off by saying again, this is only speculation. None of this has been confirmed, so please take it with a big grain of salt and let's enjoy this video and have a good conversation down below. So, to start off my countdown, I'm going to go with number 5, and that is Doom Guy. Now, why am I putting him at number 5? Because for years they've been wanting to get Doom Guy on, and we thought it was going to be in Mortal Kombat 11, and then again in Mortal Kombat 1, but it never materialized. So we'll just have to wait and see for Mortal Kombat 2 and see what happens. He would be perfect because of his chainsaw, his guns, and all of that. He would be a perfect, perfect addition to Doom Guy or Doom Slayer if you want to be technical. At number 5. Now, moving on to number 4. Number 4 is one that I know that we have been wanting for quite a while, and we didn't get him in MK1, we didn't get him in MK11. That is Michael Myers. Now you're thinking, oh my God, Blind Metal Gamer, you're blasphemous. You're putting the shape at number 4. Guys, hear me out. They've tried to get him multiple times, and it just hadn't happened. So they, I'm putting him at number 4 because of that very reason. He would be a great addition to the game as a guest because of all his knife, his teleporting abilities and things like that. And he's just a big, mean, brutal boy. So that would make him a great addition. Now, moving on to number 3 in the countdown. And number 3, I'm going to put a returning character, and that is Predator. Now, you're probably thinking, oh my God, why are you putting Predator in if he's been DLC in Mortal Kombat X along with Leatherface? Because the reason why I want to put Predator at number 3 is because they could easily reuse him. Again, with Predator Badlands out, they could use him there to maybe promote that. And he would be, again, a good fit for the game. They could do so much more with him on PS5. It would be insane. Hey, viewers, what's up? Now, moving on to number 2. Number 2 is going to be Jigsaw from the Saw franchise. And again, why am I putting Jigsaw at number 2? Because, he would be good for Mortal Kombat, like with his traps and his, the way he plays. He could use his traps to trap in characters and do combos, things like that. Um, and his stage would be pretty insane as well if they did give him a unique stage. And it would also help if there would be a new Saw movie, but I don't think there's a new Saw movie, so I'm just putting him at number 2 for the coolness factor. Now, before we go into number 1, actually, I do want to go into number 1. So number 1 is going to be Rick from Splatterhouse. You're thinking, oh my God, Blind Metal Gamer, why Rick? Because he is an iconic video game character. Did you know that Splatterhouse, released in 1988, preceded Mortal Kombat by 3 years, 4 years, and that alone, I believe, inspired the developers of Mortal Kombat to make it bloody and gory. So Rick Taylor would be the perfect guest to for Mortal Kombat 2. They could give him different, his mask powers. He could have his fatalities could be the spider kills from the 2010 Spider House remake. His stage would be the iconic West Mansion or something like that. Now, as for his stage's music, I don't know what they would do for that because I know in the 2010 Spider House they had licensed metal, so that might be something they'd have to work around by either getting some licenses or do an in-house version. Now I want to move on to some honorable mentions, and the first honorable mention I'm going to talk about is um, Nemesis from Resident Evil. Now you're thinking, why should Nemesis be an honorable mention? Well, we do have a new Resident Evil Requiem coming out this year, and if they could do the whole cross promotion thing with Capcom, they being NRS, they could get Nemesis or maybe this new, the supposedly the new Resident Evil Requiem character, the Hag, coming in. He or she could be, they could be a guest character. A guest character. Let's see. Another honorable mention would be Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I know they've used him once before, but if they wanted to reuse him again, they could. I'm going to kind of combo these two honorables, being Jason and Freddy, if they wanted to reuse them for like a 30th anniversary celebration or something. They could use them. And for we could do Freddy versus Jason in Mortal Kombat. That would be epic as all hell. Hey, viewers. Now, the last honorable mention I'm going to talk about is Blade from Marvel. Yeah, Blade from Marvel, and because he would be perfect with his sword and all of that, if they could use him in there. And then another honorable mention that I want to talk about is Wolverine. And why Wolverine, baby? There's a new Wolverine game coming out this year from Insomniac Games, and they could use that as a way to promote the new Wolverine game. And they could, just Wolverine is an angry, mean son of a bitch, and he's got a lot of backstory they could use. And he could use his adamantium claws to rip up his opponents, do combos, and the fatalities. Holy shit! His fatalities would be insane. Okay, his fatalities would be nuts. I would love that in Mortal Kombat. So now that I've said my top five guest characters for Mortal Kombat 2 plus honorable mentions, who would you want to see in MK2? Let me know in the comment section down below. Let's have a conversation and let's talk about it. So with that being said, I've been Blind Metal Gamer, as always saying, stay warm and stay safe, and so long for now.